맑게 비가 멎은 뒤 눈이 부신 하늘 위 따뜻한 온기 I should go, I should go 바람결에 날려온 너의 향기를 맡으며 기지개 켜지 Oh let me know, let me know Clouds 아래 ground 거대한 지구 안 너란 이유 찾아 이류 내게 날아들어 윙윙윙윙윙 작은 날개 떨고 I'm flying for you, I'm flying for you Cause you are so sweet 내게 다가가서 빙빙빙빙빙 붕빙 빠져들어 deep 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 I'm falling for you, I'm falling for you 빠져나올 수 없는 I'm your honeybee Up and down, left to right 좀 더 못 잡게 Round and round 맴돌아 종일 day and night 내게 너를 묻혀 You are like honey 아름다운 your world 그 안에서 trip 내게 불러온 널 바로 알아본 것 우린 운명인걸 노래에 메웠던 외로운 지난 날은 이제 더는 없어 with you So 달콤한 솜사탕 같은 맘 내가 보는 alibi you 내게 날아들어 윙윙윙윙윙 작은 날개 떨고 I'm flying for you, I'm flying for you Cause you are so sweet 내게 다가가서 빙빙빙빙빙 붕빙 빠져들어 deep 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 I'm falling for you, I'm falling for you 빠져나올 수 없는 I'm your honeybee 함께하는 지금 sweet I'm flying for you, I'm falling for you I'm your honeybee
Good evening and welcome back to Al Jazeera, where Queen Sultana Constanza is still ruling in Mosul. How has Samarra ended up independent? That's just weird. How has Samarra ended up part of the Sultanate of Abyssinia? Oh well. And is slightly worried at the crusade targeting her kingdom. Though not strictly a crusade against her because she is considered not interesting enough, really. But nonetheless, she has joined up to defend against this crusade, along with, well, at least some of the rest of the Fraticelli world. The crusade will be starting in 139 days. Previous crusades we've won by a combination of waiting them out essentially and getting the large amounts of war score for still holding Al Jazeera or Jerusalem. Actually, have they all been for Al Jazeera recently? And then sending some ships off to invade the Pope's territories in Finland. So that may be necessary again, because you can't get quite enough war score just by occupying all of the Pope's lands. But it seems to do reasonably well if you first get the ticking war score for still holding Al Jazeera. And then go and make the Pope miserable. Yes. So let's try to improve our chances by putting our marshal onto training troops in Mosul. probably leave everyone else doing what they're currently doing. Oh, we could probably actually create... Oh, we can even create a kingdom. We should probably... Well, I mean, we could do that. I'm not sure having another kingdom would be helpful. We could create the Duchy of Blemia and give it to someone. Oh yes, it's that lump there, which is currently de facto part of the Republic, Merchant Republic of Axum. Yeah, I don't know, it's worth creating. If the Axumites want it, they can create it themselves. And obviously, creating a kingdom is like a bit silly because then it would have to be independent of me. Or I would have to hold yet another kingdom. So yeah, I think we don't create either of those. Let's actually mark that as not interesting. We can imprison basically all of our emirs, it looks like. But like, I don't think I have any reason to, as opposed to a cause, which is rather different. And we probably don't want to like start a war for the Kingdom of Brittany right now.
It's like something that, yeah, probably not action-wise.
I mean, I suppose there's an argument that it's useful to be at war, to have a war that's in parallel with the crusade, because then you don't piss off your vassals. But that might be brave.
Does that also provide you an excuse to pre-gather your armies and start shipping them?
Curiously, I can do that anyway, because I'm going to be the target of the war, not the... And in fact, for a crew... But it's only declaring war that's restricted by having armies raised. You can join a war while you have armies raised, including joining a crusade automatically. And you can defend against a war when you already have your armies raised, because obviously it would be silly to say you can't declare war on someone who has armies raised. I mean, it's a fairly silly rule anyway. I have no idea if it has any actual like historical basis, but I rather doubt it.
I suspect not. Because I'm pretty sure that it was commonplace to have half your troops off defending yourself against Scotland and then declare war on France or whatever. Or vice versa.
So I think it's mostly a gameplay rule to make it harder to have all of your troops ready to go squish on some unsuspecting enemy. I don't even know if the rule still exists in CK3.
I think it does, but I haven't played it enough to be sure.
I suppose it would be only fair if it didn't have the rule that other people would do it to you.
Yes. But like, you'd be able to tell they were doing it, or you might be able to tell because there would be armies amassing on your borders. And you would go, bet those aren't just exercises.
Yes, or half the point would be to have your spy master spot the armies massing further away.
Yes.
in advance.
So I think that means we mostly wait now. And a non-aggression pact, how much will that save me? Nothing at all? Not at all? If I have a non-aggression pact, I mean, assume we can't get a non-aggression pact with the Pope because it's quite difficult to find Pope's children to marry your children to. If I have a non-aggression pact with a major participant in the crusade, given that I'm a vassal,
Yeah, I don't think it'll help you because
we're both being pulled in as allies,
yeah, and
essentially.
effectively, even if you had one with the Holy Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire hasn't gone to war with you, even though it's your kingdom.
No.
They've gone to war with your boss.
And I'm kind of going to war with the Pope, and the fact that we happen to be on, thus that puts me on opposite sides.
Yeah. So they then ignore that and fight the Pope.
Pink Beast reports that in EU3 the AI doesn't know what it means when you stack up the big battalions on their border, which is unfortunate.
Unfortunate for the AI.
Yes. Okay, well, I think we're mostly going to wait for this crusade then.
It's worth amassing some money.
Yes, my steward has been collecting taxes for years.
I assume that basically everywhere has big city walls, etc.
Uh,
For a century or so.
like my capital has fort level 9.5.
Right.
To get further, I need castle wall. I need improved keeps 8. Yes, it's going to be a while before I can get improved keeps 8. Partly because I have some of the best improved keeps in the world. We're already upgrading the Caballero training ground in Ramallah. Bin's not building anything.
Quick and cheap upgrade at this point. It's better to save it for mercenaries than.
Yeah, I probably.
Because most of those won't compete in time.
I expect the war to last more than 1778 days.
Yeah, but that's like half or three-quarters or a third of your money or something. So
Yes.
save it for mercenaries. Yeah, 'cause that's more useful.
I prefer not to need mercenaries for a crusade, but
It would be nice, but it is worth making
The
sure you
various
have
places you
cash.
put the person on the city or the field or the street, they're called knight if they're in the city, and thief if they're on the road, and farmer if they're in the field. They shouldn't be called thief, they should be called mercenary. Seriously.
okay, can I actually raise a useful number of troops over here at the moment? Yes, right. If you're going to, it's enough to. No, actually, I should be on the flank, shouldn't I? We have a small bunch of raiders, and while since they're available, I shall go and menace them shortly. I need to wait for my troops to recover a little bit. My nephew Ruprecht is modest and humble.
Probably alright. It's not really your planned next monarch anyway, is it?
No, we don't. Well, current next monarch is my sister. Right, we don't have very much. All right, we've got. I don't have very much morale here, but I've probably got enough. Well, Albrecht di Spoleto has grown up and is apparently strategically betrothed to the heir to the Duchy of Granada in order to try to turn the Duchy of Granada Fraticelli. Hello, land troops in my territory to steal my money, would you? So, interestingly, for now... Oh, for now Albarada's actually in my court. Can I ask her to convert then? Yes. Right, well that's a quick way to deal with the... to try to get a place converted is have their have the heir to the territory arrive in your court. All right, our new Grand Mayor is trying to revoke things from his Catholic vassals now. Good. We have just gained a level of improved keeps somewhere, not there. Yes, well, once we've built some Caballero training grounds, oh, that means we can get reasonably rapid and very cheap additional castle walls in Nusyabin. Let's build those.
Yeah, that's right.
And we could get some in Sinjar, but we're currently busy upgrading our Caballero training ground there, so it'll be a while.
Guard Fleet and Land Navarro 6416.
Oh, we've got some incredibly cheap city walls in Telassar. Let's build those, even though it's not really mine. It's like increasing the fort level of everything will be good. Although I'm subsidising walls everywhere.
Yeah, but that's really worth doing before a crusade, though.
That'll do. Right, the heir to the Duchy of Granada is now a Fraticelli, and hopefully hasn't lost being heir to the Duchy of Granada as a result. No. Her mother is 47, excellent. Oops. Lost her now. Oh, there she is. Yes, so she is unlikely to be ousted from her position as heir. Granada is an independent duchy. So if we murder her father, then Fraticelli will take the throne of Granada. That seems like a good plan.
I don't think you can plot to murder all the people on the wrong side of the crusade.
Well, most of them will, I think, get replaced, and the replacements will probably inherit the pledge, I think.
It's not, that seems a bit off. I mean,
It-
all of your non-aggression pacts with people lapse on their death, but the intention to invade you stays.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I could be wrong.
In that case, you have to only assassinate the competent ones, I suppose.
I mean, it's slightly silly because I've got a non-aggression pact with him.
Well, that means you have to not get caught.
But, that doesn't stop me murdering him. That's not aggression. Only one really good who needs a bribe. Right, we have driven off the raiders. I'm not sure if that actually gets us our money back, though. In a grand announcement, the Pope declares a crusade for Al Jazeera. The Christian lords gather from across the world to bring Al Jazeera into the fold of the Christian kingdoms. We're perfectly Christian, thank you very much. And out of infidel hands. Al Jazeera is currently in the hands of the blasphemous Badshah Samir of Outremer. Following the sacrilegious Fraticelli, he has poisoned the lands and its people for too long. Yes, well, you've tried this before and it didn't work. God will grant remission of sin to everyone partaking in the righteous war. Deus allegedly Vult.
So, how big is their advantage?
Negative,
You still
I
hold
think.
it? Wow.
They have 88%, we have 113%. So it's only slightly negative.
What's the procedure for this? Because I know when the Pope calls a crusade, then people start signing up. And presumably at the very last minute, the Pope gets to say, actually,
Yeah.
that's not.
This is the very last minute at which he could have said, let's not. And he has said, let's, I think.
Yeah.
Hence there is actually now a war, which he already... Apparently the Holy Roman Empire's troops were all over Outremer before the war started. Oi, the AI isn't supposed to do... Look, there are actual papal troops down in Sinai.
The sound changes from the laptop to the headphone. That means you need to rerun every day.
Right, well, in that case, we probably actually need to start raising troops and organising them a bit. We don't get to wait while they trundle their way over to Outremer. Right, so there's 5,000 of theirs there. So I think we should manoeuvre this lot together. I think we should get that lot similarly organised. Wow, the Duke of Baghdad gives me a lot of troops. So that there's not much enemy down there anyway. You may want to bring those up by sea. I'm a bit worried about that rather large Egyptian army. And there's a great big Holy Roman army there. So we're going to want to have armies of 15,000 fairly quickly. Like my ones need to get their morale up.
Let's load the video. It takes about 8 minutes to load one page.
Let's see what the thing's up to.
It's still running out to TS upgrade according to PS. Maybe it's after a question. That's cool.
So
Bubbling.
It's not even asking a question. It's stopped to tell you something about Thunderbird. Deus Vult.
What's that mean?
God wills it.
Okay.
Or effectively, let it be so.
I don't even use Thunderbird. State.
So that's not actually going to be a very large army. It would probably actually be enough to take on that lot though, so maybe we should do that. And they'll be kind of warmed up enough by then. Oh look, then they're getting nicely weakened by that Darien army as well. And then this lot can come in from behind. Oh, I've probably got some weird armies all over the place, haven't I? So there's an army in Rome that's not of much use in Rome. An army in there, which similarly there's an army in Kent that's just about to get attacked. So we'll just stand that one down. Can we grab that lot before they leave? Just having a very quick battle in Cologne because we can. No, hang on, I'm meant to be on the flank. Oh, and I should probably stop my marshal training troops soon, but not right now because he actually can't be stopped at the moment. The army standing in Dax. Actually, let's not have all of our ships actually attempt to land their troops, because it's terribly embarrassing when they attempt to land their troops in what turns out to be a county full of enemies when they finally arrive.
Or indeed, somewhere that isn't actually run because of the supply routes.
That too, yes. Much better to keep them on the ships where they will apparently be well fed. Right. Right. That's all the armies kind of organised now. Oh, a new Emir of Afar, that's nice. People are already besieging things. Someone is trying to lower Crown authority. I think if a Groofling is murdering another Groofling, that's their business or not mine. Yes. Have to be a bit cautious out here, because if I'm not careful, someone will send in some reinforcements. Oh, the army I was planning to attack has just left. Well, in that case, I will head to the sea.
I mean, first, I thought you were
I may not be able to raise any troops in Kent, but I can at least raise some ships in Kent. Right, so the idea here is that we try to grab that convenient Holy Roman Army. Let's bring this one down as well, because then we might be able to pursue the other Holy Roman Army in due course. Okay, they're planning to come and say hello to me. That's nice. We have a decent sized army up there. But who should they head to meet? Feels, hang on, no, that's a 14,000 strong army they're about to meet there. Let's not send them that way. Are there any convenient mountains they can hide in? Not very convenient. Any convenient allied troops they can join up with? Have I in fact officially joined this war? I think I haven't, and I actually need to ask to join the war. Yes. Officially I'm not in the war yet. Let's join it. That will then allow me to see my allies, which will make life a lot easier. Let's have that lot stay still for now. Is there anything scary going on up here?
Ben, I'm sorry to tell you, I've got another near miss here. One of the interesting Penrose tiling patterns in my nomenclature has a coordinate pattern that repeats YYXXXY.
Right. Excuse me, I need to apply more electrons to this laptop. There we go. Are you lot... Right, you're not planning to march through that enormous army there. Good. Right, that lot are actually planning to hit me. I don't really want to get into a fight with them. Unless, I mean, I get a slight benefit from being in desert, but they outnumber me a bit. Why do we have negative war score anyway? Okay, apparently because we've lost somewhere in Rouen. We apparently own somewhere in Rouen. Yes, there's this small patch here that's part of the Empire of Outremer. None of which seems to be occupied, so maybe it's not there. I know where Rouen is really. Oh right, there. Oh yes, apparently we own one castle in Rouen. The castle of Lillebonne, Bonne, rather. And they're also besieging Kent. But like overall that matters less than making sure we hold the actual territory, the de jure territory of Algeciras, which I think doesn't include Kent at the moment. So I think the critical thing to hold is that bit, not the bit that's part of Iraq. And curiously, that little bit down there. Oh, there's a small patch of papacy down in Africa. Well then. Right, now I've joined the war and can actually, the crusade officially, the defence of the crusade officially, and can actually see all my allies, which might make it a little easier to plan these battles. So can this lot get out? We can escape. Kind of a bit reluctant to go that way. Oh no, there's quite a lot of... so where are they going? They're heading for Al-Sunach. Let's head ourselves to Al-Sunach, via arbitrary, in the hope that that way we'll be able to avoid too early a confrontation with that lot. And head them in that kind of direction. This confrontation is probably going to go pretty well for us. Let's see what's going on up here. That all looks good. And they're suffering catastrophic supply loss problems because they don't understand deserts. Does look like our side is going to lose a battle up there, but I don't have any troops up there to help them. Right, and down here where I'm planning to occupy some of the papal territories. Nothing bad is happening yet, but frankly very little is happening at all yet. Right, so we won a battle and lost a battle, neither of which apparently counted for anything at all. That's fine. We're mostly here to weaken the enemy forces. Speaking of which, the enemy forces are being spectacularly weakened by attrition there. So the extent that I'm actually... I think when they start getting into Sinjar, we should probably send this lot and this lot together against that papal army. Okay, it's mostly not a papal army, actually. It's mostly a Holy Roman army. They just happen to be marching under the papal banner. That battle is not one I can do anything about. Anyone else down here that's a problem? Not really. I'm mostly kind of tempted to let people come ashore and then, on which subject, and then flatten them afterwards because it's easier to see what's going on if we allow them to land. So there is that army. We probably, there's going to be a lot of effort to pursue them across the desert. Maybe we just hope that some of our allies down here will deal with them. Actually, I'm kind of tempted to scrape together this lot and have them march across to the middle of the desert.
Hello, what do you want to know?
Yeah, that looks like a plan. So this lot, I think, should be thinking about... should be trying to keep things out of things coming in from Africa.
Yes, I never heard of flop.com, but I press D or I just go to net.
I'll press D with my smart and look.
Redfish.
What messages do we have? Nothing very interesting. We have holdings in all sorts of places, and it's annoying that they're under siege. But like, we're going to do the same to the Pope. Right, so that lot now think they're besieging us, which is silly of them. But that's fine. I will march that lot and that lot in to say hello to them. We might want to time this fairly carefully so that they actually arrive at the same time. So we now have a decent sized army here that's actually suffering attrition in our home territory. But would do all right marching across the desert. Where's that Holy Roman army got to? Oh, but they're not going to march across the desert. Their job is to defend Sinai. So let's send them to Sinai. Where is that Holy Roman army? There was a Holy Roman army marching. Oh, there it is. It's hiding under that 652 Allied army, which has just been flattened by them. Right, that's fine. Right, let's work out what we're doing here. So you're going to arrive on the 9th. You're going to arrive in Arbitrary on the 28th of August. I think we want you lot to stop briefly while this lot get into Arbitrary. Right, so now they're going to arrive on the 9th. Right, okay, actually I shouldn't have stopped them. Oh well, that'll be fine. Let's stick my good commanders in here. So they're now going to arrive on the 14th. That's less helpful. Well, let's try to get them an organiser then. Now they'll arrive on the 9th. Excellent. Right. Oh, we've got this lot that need someone to join up with. Let's send them down there somewhere. Right. That lot are almost organised. That lot are going down there, are they? Right. In that case, I actually think I want to... So that will not quite be enough ships. If we do that, then that will allow us to put that lot on ships and send them down here, where I think that Holy Roman army wants flattening. We can, of course, now dismiss that fleet. Right, yes, don't you guys get into a fight. Oh, okay, do get into a fight. See if I care. Right, is there anything else I need to pay attention to? That lot are sorting themselves out. Yeah, that's not going to be good for that army. Let's actually ask them to run away immediately. Meanwhile, this is probably going to be quite good for us. Yes, we lost the Battle of Belfort. Looks like we've taken back one of the places that we had lost. This is a stupidly large army on our side, which thus will comprehensively flatten the Papal army, or whatever they are. Only worth 0.6% war score, mind. That lot's still sorting itself out. That Holy Roman Army has run into trouble, so maybe I don't need to do anything about it. So maybe I don't actually need this fleet. But there is, I think, a job to be done keeping, things out of there. Right, so that's all right. That's all right. That lot have the slight problem that they're suffering attrition because it's such a full county. So we probably want to split those two. And there's more armies towards the coast, but I don't want to specifically try to engage with them. So if my allies aren't going to help very much with them, then maybe I should. It's a conveniently stationary Papal army there, which have to be flattened shortly, I think. But first, over here, we are actually getting to besiege the papacy. Yes, I remember that battle. Right, there is a 17,000 strong Holy Roman army. Doesn't seem to be anything in that vicinity that could stop them. So let's organise these two in that kind of direction. Well, I mean, or alternatively, there's that Papal army of 10,000 causing trouble even nearer to home. So let's get mine ready to deal with them. That lot have stopped fleeing, I think. So they can head down and join that lot. And then that lot can go down there and contribute a little bit more. Right. Peasants have revolted in Parma. I didn't even know we owned Parma. Well, okay, be revolting, I don't care. Okay, that Papal army is wandering off again. Right, Here we are, right on the edge of the map. Besieging some papal holdings. Right there, getting into trouble again. Okay, we can't get them out fast enough.
When I read it earlier, it said dot, 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 2204, dot, 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 2204. Batch which required no intelligence at all.
Oh yes. I should actually deal with this army, shouldn't I? They should get on those ships.
I'll test things out because I think it's really important.
Poor army, they've got into 2 battles now. And been defeated both times. Oh, there's something going on down here that I need to deal with. You lot, head over there. You lot have some good commanders. Oh no, I didn't mean to steal Sans. Sorry, he has other jobs to do. Also detach my marshal because then we can put him in here. And we'll put Sans back where he belongs, besieging the Pope's land. You lot may as well head down to Wales Arish. That battle has just completely vaporised that army.
They're a random batch of logos which you give away free, and they have some other Predacon and Maximal logos for Beast Wars.
So that's going to be a slightly bad start to that battle. Well, I mean, I say that, but then we'll flatten them. Meanwhile, what on earth is going on up here? I got distracted and somebody else beat the enemy for me. Right, good.
So how's the crusade going?
Minus 11% for us at the moment. But this is like entirely on occupation of Schwaben and Rouen.
Which presumably you're trying to fix.
Not really, because that's far too far away and inconvenient to get to. My plan is to defend the homeland for long enough that we win.
Right.
And also to occupy this convenient small patch of papal land down in Africa.
Well, if they will leave it lying around.
Yes. And probably eventually send someone up to Finland, but
For example, an alias thing in my bash, I'll see like type, it tells you what it's going to do. That's not only the type of the file, right? It tells you the type of the command, whether it's an alias or a function or
some messages telling me things are under siege. Right, though that fleet can be disbanded.
I know. There we are. Update there. This will move upwards.
They've decided not to leave Edessa. That I think is fine by me. Don't think I feel the need to go in and get them. On the other hand, I do feel the need to go in and get that papal army, or at least partially papal army. Let's move them closer and then see what we can do. This lot are going to have to deal with that Holy Roman army there.
So Buzzsaw is renamed Corax and Slugfest is renamed Vagabondizer, obviously. I mean, that plan, that's
are likely to suit you.
Maybe, but the thing is, this company is very odd. They give them really quite silly names. So, for example,
So that's, yes, that's just going to sit there until anything happens.
Optimus Prime is called David, but they've released 4 of the Dinobots so far, and Grimlock is Ymir, god of the Norse mythology, and Swoop is Freyr, god of Norse mythology, and Slag is Gorgo, who was a dinosaur thing from or whatever. And Sludgy is Velosaurus.
So, the how very friendly. I mean, admittedly, they're doing it. Oh, they're doing it in hills. They're coming to attack me. How lovely! Right, let's make sure I've got. Let's weld that lot together. Make sure they've got some good commanders. They've got the best, and wait and see what that poor Holy Roman Army does.
Let's try X-State. That's the start. We should really change the aids and stop this.
Right, we have 2 narrow flanks. They have almost no commander. Well, yeah, they've got a pretty decent centre commander. Prince Ferdinand, the ill ruler, Prince Archbishop of Marrakesh, Prince of the Holy Roman Empire, is decent, though not as good as our commanders. Right. Meanwhile, this lot should get a rather less good team of commanders.
Right click down, do I get kind of power? Oh, no, I click log out. No. You gave me the actual menu.
But that's probably good enough to take on that, especially if someone decides to join me.
This iBus thing, an icon of iBus appeared on my Alton set, and I looked at it, and it seems to be defining how you remember it.
The defenders of Canterbury are doing a fine job, given I'm giving them no help at all.
Why isn't there a search?
Right, Canterbury is going to fall eventually, but it's holding out pretty well, despite only having a fort level of 3.5. Oh, they're bringing in reinforcements. That's slightly scary. If they dribble them in nicely like this, that'll be excellent. Oh, that's getting a bit... Oh no, we flattened them. Right, and we won that battle up there. Right, is there anyone else we need to deal with here? If not, I think we should step back from the coast so we get slightly more warning of things happening. And so that we're in mountains, which is good. Yes. Right, so what other armies do we have? We have this one that's currently hiding in Nisibin. That lot are... Ooh. Oh, those are mountains too. We do need to push them out of those mountains. That's a bit of a pain because I haven't got anything big enough to do that pushing. That says in that case I should clean up everything else. I've got like a C team of commanders, not really. But the B team is available again. And that will do all right. Okay, let's not execute Count Philibert. He's from an enemy country, so no one will object, except that I will become a kinslayer because he is actually a member of the of my dynasty. Okay, we'll ransom him. Right, I think someone is threatening to fight me here, but it's probably not going to be a problem. Meanwhile, we'll flatten their trade post. You lot are moving away from the coast. Oh, you lot have arrived. Excellent. You're slightly on the small side, but that might not be a problem. Where are these guys going? They're going to Aswan. Right, we should go to Aswan as well then. Probably only after their movement locked. That fleet, I think that fleet should stay there for future shipping things across the Red Sea purposes. We're about to complete our first siege against the Pope. Should we send that lot down there just to quickly beat up that army? It's almost too small to be worth it, though. Better would be to get that lot if we can. Army seems to be running away rather, but we probably want to stop them. There's not much else down there that will stop them, so I think we need to get them. All right, yeah, we've lost Canterbury. Not surprising. Right, yes, that lot are trying to get to there. Have they got an organiser? I don't think they have at the moment. Okay, they're going to deal with that army, that's no problem. I think I want to worry about this one though. But I haven't got enough around here to beat it. Well, actually, the worst thing that army could do is to encounter my army that's besieging the papal lands. So let's chase them that way and see what happens. Right, you need to keep chasing.
What are the orange scribbles in some provinces? Do you mean the outlines round some counties?
I mean, this shading here indicates that Axum is fighting off a rebellion there. Ditto that one. So, how are we doing here? I think those guys might make it. Right, not any point in going to Man now. Go that way instead. Oh, that lot are conveniently suffering from attrition, so they might be weak enough to attack shortly. That lot probably want my other organiser, but that that lot have got not. Damn it! I've got too many armies that need organisers. Oh, I've got an extra 8,000 troops following this one. And that one can deal with those. Right, this lot are turning round. They're heading up to there. And they're going to do that with the best.
And the webpage said that when you start it will overwrite the data to the file.
And that lot will then enter the mountains with some very good commanders, and we hope that that will be enough to win. Oh, right, some people are landing now. Right, can I do anything with them? Let's move that lot down to there, and then see what there is for them still to fight by then. One currently under Al Jalf.
No, I didn't tell you the file it was. I found it. It's probably not going to raise.
That is a town. If we zoom in far enough, we can just about see the buildings. It's orange because it's made out of orange bricks. If we go elsewhere, we find them built out of different materials.
No, what it asked me to do was just to. I think it said name say 8888. The one I chose as numbers. I put the name.
Right.
When I said okay, was that I agree you need to reboot or please reboot?
It meant I acknowledge that you've chosen this.
So it's not going to reboot.
So we do have 6.3% for having occupied a bit of Damot, which is a nice start. But the Holy Roman Empire is coming down to try to take that off us. But we can probably stop them.
Well, should we see what the result.conf is afterwards?
No, not joining this. That battle is not a problem. On the other hand, there's a tiny little HRE army there, which obviously wants to be beaten up. Oh, hang on, no, there are more important armies to deal with. Can we get up to deal with them quickly? Possibly not. Annoyingly, yeah, let's not try to deal with them just yet.
This is very old. Someone included it as a freebie.
Right, we can now get to there in time. We have 3 decent commanders in that army, so let's not do anything more about that. You guys are still slightly weaker. Is that lot heading for higher? Yes. Well, we'll carry on down the coast to Trinketat then. 1900 enemy troops there. I think we're not going to worry about them for now. There's some fleeing enemy troops there, that's nice. We're not dealing with that lot now. We are dealing with this lot, so actually we need to temporarily stick our best commanders in here. Because that one is going to be a bit tough. This one does not need our best commanders because it's a tiny army that we're attacking. That one is currently avoiding conflict, but hoping to get into it a bit later. army seems to be getting away rather, which is a pity.
So is this been more
Drop Johan in there.
Well, this was one of the most painful upgrades I've seen in recent years. In the old days, it was
Right, we are not strictly in charge of this battle, but we do have the best commanders in it.
this way,
Now, I'm not sure whether this is going to work.
for reasons that, on the one hand, I kind of understand what we did.
We're doing all right on the flanks at least, despite their narrow flankiness there.
yeah, the first half was so smooth.
Right, some random bod has become Fraticelli. May not be the most helpful thing ever. Martin Di Spoleto is apparently in my court and in need of tutelage. He's one of my nephews. He is not that good. Let's get Princess Berta to teach him. She'll do. No, I didn't mean betroth. Okay, I've accidentally betrothed poor 6-year-old Martin to the 63-year-old Princess Berta because I pressed the wrong button. Oh well, she'll probably die before he comes of age. It turns out I can teach him, I just can't marry him, which is kind of sensible really. Being as I am married already. Right, well that's 2 of the flanks in those mountains dealt with. These guys still haven't managed to catch those guys, but I don't know that that's going to matter. Let's see if there's anyone who needs splatting sooner. I think I should actually... Well, that lot look like they're planning to march into Nisibin anyway, so maybe we do want to hang around up there. There's plenty of Allied armies on the coast as it is. So what's happening to the Holy Roman Army down here? Oh right, they've started besieging there. I really need some allies down here. Aren't enough of my army.
The Stoats are vanquished.
I mean, I can march this lot up, I suppose, which is probably useful once they've finished that siege. I mean, that one will weaken with time. They're over supply, marginally, admittedly, over the supply limit and conducting a siege. There are quite a lot of biggish armies up there. I think we now have to leave them to other people, though. Oh, this one's available now, isn't it? Well, it's not really, because that lot have escaped again. I think I keep recycling my slightly too small number of organisers. Let's finish off that battle at least. Right, so we've taken that. Let's march that lot down to there, and then they can form a usefully sized army, at least, even if not one that's actually doing anything yet. Those guys are still escaping rather infuriatingly. Let's make sure we chase them all the way into there. Then we might be able to intercept that lot as well. That would be good. Well, that battle at least is basically won. There we go. So that stopped them besieging there. Now we have slightly too many troops around here, which is kind of fine. I think we probably want to wait for that lot to pop out of the Byzantine Empire. Let's probably hold that lot more or less where they are then. Oh, or there's that lot which have just arrived. Yeah, let's march back that way and try to meet them. And that lot are going down there, that's fine. That lot's going that way, that's fine. So how many armies have I got? I've got that one which is heading back to deal with those 6,000. That one which is kind of resting a bit in the mountains in the hope of grabbing some of them as they come in. Actually, there are an awful lot of those, aren't there? Maybe I should leave those coastal guys for my coastal guys, because we're going to need everyone we can get to defend Nisibin. And such. I mean, ideally we'd tempt them all into attacking us in the mountains, but I fear that won't work. Oh, that Holy Roman Army's on the move again. That's interesting.
Is that a very large army you've got in the deep south?
These two counties are owned by the Pope. So I am besieging the Pope's lands that he has no hope of defending. And this is like worth a significant amount. Oh, I keep forgetting this army up here, which is now sitting on a ship but doing nothing useful. Come down somewhere useful. Sit on a ship in the Nile Delta instead. Right, so that lot will be coming through there fairly soon. I think we need to establish ourselves in the mountains here and then attack anyone who comes through onto our territory. That lot will finally catch their targets. They have a vast numerical advantage, so I don't think we need to worry about the commanding of that one. I think these guys are going to need our best commanders. And this lot are mostly trying to get together, though actually the Holy Roman Empire is running away again, so that's good. What's the supply limit down there? Oh, sufficient. So keep an eye on everything that's going on. That area is fairly terrifying, but is not currently our target. It looks like everyone, all of the invaders are actually heading for getting themselves together over here to suffer extra attrition. Attrition from supply limit 100 and what? 133%. The entire army will die in a month. Apparently, I think. Oh, but total monthly attrition 13.5%, possibly because it would be considered rude to kill them that fast.
That made me think of Rex the Runt. What would the fighting team have random priority to do? The rest of you will be dead within a month.
Yes. Um, right, we've engaged that random army. We're converting more people to Fraticelliism, possibly uselessly. You're not planning to pop out somewhere then? Right, so that's that army flattened briefly. Do we send this lot looping around there? Do we send them somewhere else? Where is there that's short of people? It looks like the HRE has given up on trying to attack, trying to get down into Abyssinia type play area. Looks like we have a terrifying quantity of troops up here, but then so does our side. This lot probably want to get out of the desert. Don't know quite where to send them. I think we should send them that way, even though it will be a bit bad for them in terms of attrition. That lot are feeling kind of at something of a loose end. So are all of that, some of that lot are going to Nisibin. The ones that are going to Nisibin are movement locked. How many are going to Nisibin? 2,000, 7,000. Oh, not many.
How many of each have so much hats?
We pile that lot into Nisibin, we can probably flatten them. And they really can't stop us. So that seems like a good plan. Right. But I thought they were movement locked into Nisibin. Where have they gone? Well, that's inconvenient. There's a 30,000 strong army down there, though. I think we need to help with them. Right. I mean, to an extent, what you need to do with the 30,000 strong army is leave them to die. But let's send... Oh, I don't know. So they're going to plough through that lot fairly quickly. We don't quite know where they're going to go next. Let's move that lot one county further on, because that lot can deal with that lot perfectly well. Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, that lot of suffering attrition, but they're also reinforcing very fast. Looks like the big army we brought down to help attack the papacy is unnecessary. And we now slightly embarrassingly don't have very much defence in that corner. But fundamentally this is where we need it, so. Okay, there's an enemy army there that's of a decent size. Let's send that lot in to deal with it. Actually, sod it, send them in as well afterwards. Though we don't quite know where those 36,000 are going. Oh, plus I'm with child, that's kind of inconvenient. I've got like battles to win and stuff. Right, that's now a 47,000 strong enemy army.
Marshall trying to Marshall Genius hopefully to follow on after them.
To colonise before
They're not actually all coming to Haskar happily, so we might be able to win this ludicrous battle. Right, we do actually have a numerical advantage in that battle. Plus, like, rather better commanders than the enemy. I'm just going to ignore all of the low importance messages for now. Right, so that battle is kind of scary, but we might do all right. Down here, we've almost managed to get these armies together, long after the reason why I wanted them to get together has evaporated. Here, our pursuit of that army is failing utterly. But hell, they'll get back to where there are enemies soon. The enemies might manage to put some more people into this battle, but it'd be good if they did. Or if we did. Oh dear, right, what's going on there then? They've found quite a lot more people, haven't they? Just check, I haven't got any I can raise nearby. No, all my armies are already quite busy. We've got some advantage there.
Right, mute. Well, preparatory to mute. Faff around rattling like a stick fruit.
Yeah, that's not looking good. Not much I can do about it though. Take as many of them with me as I can, I think. Right, and there's a 10,000 strong papal army marching south in Africa, which is precisely what I want. Yeah, that's going to go badly. Oh well. I think we're reasonably solid. Like we've got adequate troops, and they will reinforce fast out here. So
Yes.
that hurt, but it hurt them as well. And our main aim in battles is not to win the battle so much as to kill as many enemy troops as possible, so that they can't besiege anything usefully. Like we've now got a +5% war score for controlling all of Al Jazeera, And if we can keep control of all of Algeciras, that will only increase.
Right, clean towels.
Yeah, that's fine. You can besiege Rome if you want. It's like not going to gain you much. So, where are my armies and what are they doing? There's 17k there who are doing very little. That lot are going, ah, and fleeing actually to join those 17k. Let's move those 17k up a bit because they might be useful up here if we're careful with them. That's nice. I don't think we have any use for you. Truda di Spoleto, formerly Queen of Sistan, has returned to my court because she has, her husband has died. Adelheid di Spoleto has returned to my court because, presumably, because her second husband has died and she is also incapable.
So by returned, you mean sort of got real there?
Yes. Well, I mean, she's still got some intrigue. Let's just send her off to a foreign court to get married. I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, we had Truda, who was like my sister or something. Who has returned and is rather more marriageable. But we can't really get her into a matrilineal marriage with anyone very helpful. Like we can get non-aggression pacts with dukes. I mean, if we want a non-aggression pact, of course, we don't go for matrilineal marriage. The useful thing about a matrilineal marriage is if we can get her married to the heir to somewhere. Like that guy. I mean, okay, that's not very helpful. He's already Fraticelli. But in general, heirs, you can't marry too matrilineally anyway. So at best we can hope that she might convert her husband. So we have a duke. We can marry her to a 15-year-old duke. That's probably all right. How's our plot to murder the Duke of Granada going? Oh, it's succeeded. Or at least something's killed the Duke of Granada. No, apparently he died of old age. Oh no, he was killed by rabble. Right. and Duchess Albarada, who is Fraticelli, has inherited the duchy. Having briefly visited my court and seen the light. And thus we have kind of converted another patch of the world, though it'll take her a little while to actually get this through to her vassals, I fear. Some of them have converted, apparently. Yeah, she's making a start. Good, well done, Duchess Albarada. Wonder if she managed to join on our side of the war. Anyway, what's going on? That lot are still fleeing. We are going to find life quite difficult down here. How many armies have I got left anyway? We've got... What's that one? Oh, that one's just waiting off the coast there. I need to be a bit careful with them. Because I don't want them to accidentally end up getting into a fight with something bigger. I think they, in the absence of any of my armies on this coast, should probably join up with somebody else's. Right, we have now occupied all of that county of the Popes. Let us go next door. Right, Adelheid di Spoleto, who just returned to my court, has been posted off to another court. Right, so that army there may as well follow the ones it's with for now, and we'll let someone else organise them. Right, what's going on up here then? Faffage mostly. We can't have, I mean, I was going to say we can't have them besieging Mosul. It's going to take them a while. It's got a fort level of 9.5. So, like, they'll take forever to get through that. I don't think I actually care about people besieging Mosul. That army's fleeing. That one's standing around in Baghdad trying to work out what it's doing. Let's move them up a bit. Who's moving into that county to meet that lot then, I wonder? That lot are all stationary and failing to besiege Mosul. Oh well, won't worry about that for now. Unpause for a bit and let some more things happen. Looks like that lot are actually coming down here, and we might want to try to meet them. They're currently heading into Gondar. Where are they going next? I mean, we've got plenty of things to besiege down here. Make sure we've got a siege leader to do the besieging. Right, what's going on up here? Oh, I've engaged the enemy by accident. Well, that's nice, except I've got some fairly terrible commanders. That army is now available again. Right, how are things going down here? Where's the Papal army off to then? Are they going to try to get into Arabia by the back door? Don't think we want them to end up in Arabia. Okay, I think we break off this siege. So they're currently heading for Semyen, which is that one. Yeah, I think they're trying to get into Arabia by the back door, and we should stop them. Oh, we've cheered up the Grand Mayor of Axum. This is always helpful. Looks like this is one of those battles where everyone is going to pour troops into it and we see who can win first. I fear it's not going to be us, or maybe it is.
Been fun playing with the crusade switcher when it's not a factor of the number of windows I have. So currently over here, there are six
At least force them to break off their siege of Mosul, but it is going to be, and it's going to kill a lot of enemy troops, but I don't think we're going to win the battle. Especially not since I've just been dragged. No, I haven't been dragged away from it. I'm still in the battle, but also in the middle of giving birth. Well, yes, technically I will join your war, but I'm not actually going to do anything in it. Right, well, we technically won that battle. Let's temporarily merge those so we end up with a sensible set of people. Apparently, even though I am in a regency, I can still lead armies. I think. Maybe I'm not actually leading it, it's hard to tell. I seem to be leading it. Bit worried about our morale compared to this lot. I think we're going to need the best we have to offer. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. That's nice. Right, I have given birth to a son. He is a genius. Finally. Ferdinand di Spoleto. Is that a good name? Can't immediately think of a better one. And Prince Albrecht needs a guardian. get him being taught by my Grand Vizier. See if we have access to any heirs. Oh, someone who's currently heir to the Kingdom of Egypt, apparently. I mean, I kind of presume... Yeah, I think she's worth a try. So I think we can pull the same trick we did with Granada. Right, so this battle isn't over yet. It's not looking good, especially that centre flank, which has 13,000 people in it. But like the general principle of kill all the Catholics in the middle of the desert so that they can't do anything more dangerous is still holding. How's our attempt at this? Okay, looks like they're settling down to besiege us in Axum. It's a bit of a problem because Axum is a mountain. Let's go over and hit that lot into Jura at least. Let them lose troops in the mountains for now. Oh, Cologne has become Fraticelli. I'm fairly sure it's done that several times before. We're doing surprisingly well.
There. Of course, think it does.
But we have lost. Oh well, I think we took quite a lot of them with us, which is the main aim.
I suppose if they do have fewer troops, then as long as you fight at reasonable parity, sooner or later they run out and then you can sort of...
Yeah, we can reinforce because we're in our home territory. They will tend not to. And ultimately, the longer the war goes on, the better for us. Because, like, we've got a 12.5% bonus for we haven't yet lost control of any of our territory. Or rather, we currently control all of our territory. Pinkby says, second to last crusade, just because of the end of time. Yes, I think I thought I could call it the last crusade, but I'm not quite sure it will be. So my current guess is that this will be the second to last crusade. Rather annoyingly, I can't now see where that one's in shattered retreat to. Right, we managed to grab one of the enemy armies here, a tiny one. Nephew Ruprecht is not exerting himself in his studies. Is he slothful? No, we'll try to make him diligent. We've made him diligent. Excellent. We won that battle at least. And we can probably grab that lot. Should possibly just do that by going into Zabid, or possibly a little further, and having an organizer on staff. Yeah, they're mostly winning on occupation, but that's...
Not minor improvements.
No. All odd little bits in distant parts of the empire, I think. Where's Al Asaita, actually? Is that there? No. Oh, right. Well, we should probably get that back, because that's, like, easy to get to. Aren't even many enemy troops in that area at the moment. Right, that's a mountain province. Yeah, but they're only 1,000 strong army. We can totally take them in a mountain province. Let's give ourselves some decent commanders while we're here, though. Oh! He surrendered at minus 55%, or whatever it was. Bah! We totally had that one. We just needed patience. Or did they go and capture him or something?
So what's the effect?
God has granted Kaiserin Clotilda of the Holy Roman Empire victory in the crusade for Al Jazeera. Badshah Samir of Outremer has been beaten at every turn through the war. Oh, he hasn't, only at some turns. Has finally had to give up on his holdings in Al Jazeera. Kaiserin Clotilda II has granted the new lands of Al Jazeera to Gottsello von Neuenberg. The Pope has made an announcement about the victory and the virtues of the Crusaders as true faithful protectors of the faith. With the Christians being pushed out of their own lands. I don't think you meant the Christians, I think you meant the heretics.
Pushed out of their old land.
Oh, their old lands. But still, it usually says with the Muslims being pushed out of their old lands. Except that we're not Muslims, we're Christians. There are certainly more conflicts to come. Praise God or don't.
God and praise it.
Right, so the most notable thing is I'm no longer Queen of Al Jazeera. Because they got that title off me. I'm now Queen of Syria. Because there's a great big lump missing from Outremer. As we have Sultan Gottsello, the Protector of Al Jazeera, who is unmarried. Hey, Gottsello. Yeah, I suppose I can see why you don't actually want a matrilineal marriage, but it's a pity, because otherwise we could try to get you to convert. Yeah, he has terrible martial skill. That army is still fleeing. But we can at least disband the rest. We can take a both military and cultural advance. Legalism 8 unlocks decisions not available for your character. Well, we won't take legalism 8 then. We can't get it anyway. Let's go for yet more noble customs there. Would we prefer to improve our melee or our skirmish? I think skirmish, it's fun to win battles in skirmish. Yes, that army has now been left. Allegedly Al Jazeeran army, but of course it's not the Al Jazeeran army anymore. It's now a Syrian army. That one is still running away and so can't be disbanded. Oh right, he's already found himself a wife. Not really surprising. I've lost 2 of my council for some reason, possibly because they went with Al Jazeera. So, how is he? He has got lots of troops. I think in part he probably gets a bonus for being a Crusader King. We do have 53 million claims against him, as you might expect. Oh, he's taken Axum off us, hasn't he? He's taken Axum off us and turned it into an ordinary duchy, so it's no longer a merchant republic. That was foolish. It was quite profitable as a merchant republic. Also means he's got Mosul, which has a fort level of 9.5. So where is my capital now? I mean, I would have expected it to have been in Damascus. Oh! My capital is actually in Ramallah. I'm sharing the county of Jerusalem. I mean, sharing Jerusalem is kind of appropriate, but I'm sharing the county of Jerusalem with the capital of the empire. The capital of the empire is in what is now known as Majd al-Yabar. I'm fairly sure it didn't used to be known as Majd al-Yabar. I think it used to be known as Mirabel. And my capital is Ramallah, next door, which might be beneficial. I suppose I am also Queen of Jerusalem. I'm kind of tempted to switch my primary title to Queen of Jerusalem rather than Queen of Syria. Like, now that I've lost, I don't really want my capital to be in, where is it, Damascus? Oh yes, I don't control Damascus, of course. Yes, indeed. Is my only, do I have a county? No, I'm in the weird and usually not allowed situation that I don't own a county. Like usually you can't have a higher title than count unless you're a count. And here I've somehow managed to just have the Waliar of Ramallah, the Emirate, i.e. Duchy of Jerusalem, and the Sultanates of Jerusalem and Syria. So yes, I'm currently in a situation you can't usually achieve, which is amusing. Right, so I could make my primary title Queen of Jerusalem, and I think that seems appropriate. Because, like, that's actually where my capital is. I can't award myself a count. Oh, the only way I could award myself a county would be by stealing it off one of my vassals, and that would be rude.
You could go to war over a ridiculous claim on one.
It's true, I could. But, like, the current arrangement seems perfectly reasonable to me. I can presumably raise a decent quantity of troops. Oh no, not very many, partly probably because they're very depleted. Yes.
Being in a strange situation you can't normally get into is reminding me of the thing Zerg players can do in StarCraft, where they get 20 drones to all start making buildings, which frees up 20 supply. Then they build 20 supplies worth of something else, and then they tell all the drones to cancel the building. Now they're at 220 out of 200.
In the Alien Isolation game I was playing, you only hold, like,
And we do, of course, get quite a few benefits from being in the capital of the empire with the Garden of Gethsemane.
and if you put in 2 battery packs, 2 things, and don't put the Pidgin in, they leave your inventory and go into the pending. And so actually you can hold loads and loads of ridiculous things.
So we get like a boost for the Watchtower network in Jerusalem that's part of Gethsemane, which is helpful. So yes, that's kind of amusing. So we'd need improved keeps 8 for that. And we're still some distance off being able to get improved keeps 8. Does anyone else have improved keeps 8? I think given the colour that that Mosul is ending up when I ask for map in terms of how good people's improved keeps are, no one has improved keeps 8. Most of the rest of the world has far less good keeps than we have. Anyway, let's sort out my council at least. Right, let's import a decent steward. You got a good court chaplain available? No, let's import a good court chaplain. So I'm researching economy tech in the target of getting improved keeps 8. Let's go over and study technology in my old capital. Slightly curious that I don't end up with a claim on my old kingdom. Right, Truda can now marry Duke Franz of Wadai. We've now got our new court chaplain available. Looks like we have a county there that still needs converting. Oh, I'm still in a war, aren't I? Because the Valencian Holy War for Cordoba is targeting one of my allies. Right, we should do something about that. That's like actually our job. Not that much our job. Yeah, we do have some stupidly large fleets here. So I'm not going to send an enormous army to help with this holy war. My hope is that that lot will be sufficient. As a contribution, since we seem to be winning anyway. Obviously our main aim then is just to occupy Lusitania, I think. Rely on being able to get there before the Holy Roman Empire do. Right, some tech points. Still quite a way off the 1100 we need for the next level of improved keeps. Okay, we are bringing in 10,000 troops. That will probably help with this war. Might not be there in time for that battle though. Oh, that's amusing, yes. Oh, what? Oh right, he's in yes, he's in Axum, which is like no longer ours. Let's send my Grand Vizier to deal with one of my actual vassals rather than random other people. Emir of Tripoli looks like a good target. Yes, I will not be making nearly so much money now. Right. That lot probably won't be able to get there in time to help with that battle, but let's do what we can. Emir of Taiz has come of age, that's nice. Things are slowly organising themselves around our new structure. Oh, we might be able to get there in time to join in with that battle. Spain is, after all, quite a bit smaller than Arabia. Go on. Yes. We may have only just got off a ship, but there's 10,000 of us. Marina de Mallorca has come of age. Let's make her a more sensible religion. Looks like we have an army that's moving there. I don't think that's ours, though. Right. 51% war score. There's adequate supply in this county. Let's make sure we have a siege leader now. Not a very good fort. Oh, we've already pushed over the castle there. Good. And now our aim is to try to gain war score quickly before the Holy Roman Empire manage to get their armies over here. Sadly, I'm not the leader of the siege, so I don't get to decide when we assault, but that may not be much of a problem. A new Emir of Damascus. No, he's not. He's a new sheikh of somewhere or other. So that fleet is now surplus to requirements. We can walk home. We'll walk up to Dax anyway. Oh, there's a Holy Roman Empire army which is busy getting itself into trouble and slightly too small. Well, it's important to read things and then discard them. I could have become secretly Catholic, but I don't think we're trying to achieve that even now. Yeah, the HRE joined in with... So, Lusitania declared a holy war on Carthaginensis, and I joined in on the Carthaginensian side, and Granada... What? Granada! Damn it! I thought we sorted you. Granada, who were Fraticelli, except that someone went and murdered Duchess Albarada, have joined in on the offensive side, and so have the Holy Roman Empire. So mostly I think we're now trying to win this war as fast as possible before the Holy Roman Empire can actually get all their troops here. This is slightly limited by the fact that I'm not allowed to assault everything. Let's make sure that if they decide to move us somewhere, if the AI decides to move us somewhere, we'll actually move there. So there's nothing interesting happening over there. I think we're not going to worry about them for now. Like, we're already at 66% war score here. Have a new Emir of Anjou, which is nice. But that's in part because the previous one lost a holy war. Indeed, yes, there appears to be something weird going on up there. And 22,000... Oh no, those are Swabian troops. They're not such a problem as HRE troops. Why has our war score dropped? Oh, we've lost control of Alto Aragon. Okay. But the HRE has got distracted again, which is good. It's going to be a rather slow siege. He's trying to besiege things back. Do I... Oh dear, there's a biggish HRE army coming. I think that number is the theoretical maximum. Not even sure. Yes. No, that's... I don't know what that number is. It's not a useful one. The useful number is that number, which is not in its own, is in a sense not a useful number. Oh well. I think I may need to bring in... Well, actually, I can bring in some more troops quite easily, can't I? might work. No one here has any morale, and we have more troops than they do. That will probably work. Let's see. Yes. I appear to have 4,500 troops up here. That's excellent. Let's bring them down here. Bring them down here quickly. New Grand Mayor of Hire. Is that an independence from me or an independence from somebody else? Right, that's someone. That's the Sultana of Abyssinia trying to get independence from the empire, which seems like folly. It's much easier being part of an empire. Ruprecht asks, how can I best serve the Fraticelli faith? Would we prefer to make him brave and possibly zealous, or just and possibly zealous? Oh, let's go for brave, or possibly zealous. Right, need to be a bit careful of those with my 4,500. Really, we should be assaulting everything we can, except we can't currently assault in that place. That should speed things up a bit. They're going to try to attack us. That's going to be a bit of a problem because I'm not sure we can win this, but I don't think there's much else to do than hold tight and see what happens. Oh, or run away apparently. Okay. I am following the advice of the person in charge of this war, which maybe I shouldn't be now. Like, far more of this army is mine than theirs. I'm going to detach from their army because there aren't enough of them that it's actually helpful for me to follow them. I'm a bit reluctant to just, pile in on Calatrava. But I don't think we get anything for besieging an ally. Or indeed, in this case, someone, as far as I can tell, we have no connection with at all. Oh no, but there is actually one of their forts here, but I think it would be better to get, are they coming to say hello to me? I mean, these are planes, which is not very good. We do, on the other hand, have some pretty decent commanders. Let's stay. I mean, we could get some hills pretty quickly. Can we run fast enough to gain the hills? No. Right, okay, in that case we stay put and hope for the best. Because I think there is a chance we can win this battle. Actually, can we raise some troops in Dax? Oh, that's nice. They'll be too late, but I should have raised them earlier, Stokeface. Oh. Right, that's rather more of an army coming to attack me than I would like. The Battle of Madrid may be a bit difficult for my armies. We're good, but don't know that we're that good. I mean, it's going pretty well so far. Have a new Prince Bishop of Kent. Okay, well, possibly taking that extra point in skirmish has helped. Oh, yes, we got them. Well, that should be worth some war score. Let's improve my feudal vassal opinion, I think. Right, that was worth 10% war score. Because, well, we defeated quite a large enemy army. And we captured a bishop, though I don't think he's of any value. The people who are of value are Gautier de Leon and the Duke Aguila of Seville. So this convenient bishop is of no value at all and should be ransomed or executed. Apparently he can't be ransomed, he's not worth it. Does cost me piety to execute him. Tough. Oh, he was Fraticelli. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, too late now. I have to sleep in the mud. He was fighting for the enemy. We're going to keep him, though. Right, apparently there's going to be another small battle here in a moment. Right, there we go. Okay, yes, my marshal's apparently doing nothing because this army has merged bizarrely. Oh, Ramallah has its Caballero training ground. Nothing else we can buy at the moment until we improve our technology a bit. And for the most part, yes, we can go a bit more with more castle infrastructure and a bit more with some more improved keeps. But Ramallah is basically as good as it can get. Yes, I noticed we were attacked in Toledo. Right, we're at 93% war score at the moment. I'm hoping that a tiny bit more besieging will get us up to 100. Preferably before the Holy Roman Empire's army comes back. I will head back to Calatrava at least, which is hills, as soon as we finish besieging this place. Right, 99% war score. Really don't need much more, but actually I should just do a bit of research. So anywhere that has a really soft primary settlement holding not nearby. I think those are all castles, just in different graphics. Okay, let's stick with this one then. And like, if we can just besiege, that will be fine. Even if these guys can take back that one, we can take the minor holdings here faster. Okay, where are they going? They're going to La Mancha. That's fine. Feel free to distract the Holy Roman Empire while I besiege this. We've got some excellent siege tech. So my hope is we can push this over pretty quickly. Do I go out there to try to beat the HRE? No, I think the answer is I don't, because I might lose. Stay here, keep besieging. Don't convert to Catholic. I'm afraid, my dear Carthaginian queen, that your army is sacrificing itself to keep things away from me for long enough for me to finish this siege. You should now declare yourself to have won the war. Please do it very quickly. If you don't, there is a danger you'll lose it. Yes, well done. Right, that lot can march up there and be disbanded. Oh, hang on, it wasn't even a defensive holy war. She was actually attacking Lusitania. Well done, madam. Also, like, well timed. You did this in the middle of a crusade, which is obviously the right time to do it. Nice one. She's been there for a while, hasn't she? I put her on that throne. See her reorganising her holdings as we watch. Trying to get herself into a sensible organisation. I think she's got it now. Right. So yes, Queen Monyodomna has expanded her territory. Sadly, Granada went back to being Catholic. But yes, we still have some decent Fraticelliism around in the Iberian Peninsula, as well as some bits in the rest of Europe, and of course the Empire of Outremer is Fraticelli, and I'm sure our neighbours over here are having fun trying to turn their area Catholic. We don't really want to declare war on him unless we can't come up with a better way. And like Outremer has been expanding in Africa even as we lose bits of Arabia. His heir is someone weird. Is she pregnant yet? No. So I now finally have a 2-year-old genius son, which is nice. As well as a non-genius son. So my heir at the moment is still Clotilda. She is the heir to both of the remaining kingdoms. So Al Jazeera is no longer ours. I can't build anything in Ramallah because we need more technology to do that. And we're still quite a distance before being able to get more either castle infrastructure or cities and temples, even though we're researching that as best we can. At 44, Constanza will be around a bit longer, though probably won't survive until see the end of the game. Possibly her terrifyingly diplomatic little sister won't either. But it appears to be precisely midnight, and that seems like a good place to stop, because we lost a crusade but won a holy war against Lusitania, and thus actually managed to gain about the same amount of territory for Fraticelliism as we lost. Okay, maybe not quite. Al Jazeera was quite big, but Carthaginensis has grown significantly. And I'm sure that Queen Monyodomna is having thoughts about where to go next. Oh, we are in the middle of a holy war here. Well, I mean, in that someone, a Hindu emperor from the east, is trying to take some of our eastern lands off us, which is like, yeah, this what? Yes, there's this enormous Pala Empire that looks like it's about to try to take the easternmost part of Outremer off us. Well, that's fun. Then they'll meet up with Al Jazeera and have to encounter Catholicism. That should be fun too. Right, anyway, that will be all for tonight. Dizzy says, aren't they going to sack Constantinople and end the game? Well, I mean, Constantinople appears to be part of the independent Duchy of Thrace at the moment. So, I mean, apart from the fact that sacking Constantinople is very hard work, fort level 16, it is currently in a fairly tiny polity. But I don't think that the Pala Empire is going to make it all the way to Constantinople. For all that would be the correct ending, would be we managed to squish Islam so hard that the Hindus took Constantinople instead. But they do have to kind of come through us first, and I don't think they're going to get there in time. I mean, there are still some Muslims, but they're rather... I mean, actually, it's not that bad, is it? I was going to say they're rather ahistorically stuck in the Caucasus, but like that there is Azerbaijan, which is a perfectly good Islamic country. Right, anyway, I'm trying to stop. So we will now say good night and see you next Friday when maybe we'll reach the end of history. I'm not sure.